Hi there, it's me, Alex, and this is a reading for all 12 signs. Typically, I did this for Scorpio in the 12 signs, but this one is all 12 signs generally. All right, let's see what we have for Aries. Ooh, Queen of Cups, Two of Cups, Page of Cups. We sure we talking about Aries? Okay, all right. You could be waiting for something to materialize. Look at that. Have you ever? I've never. My angels are also saying to take your time, especially when it comes to love. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're going to be meeting a soulmate relatively soon. Maybe within the next 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months for some of you. A lot of you have been waiting for a long time. For some of you, maybe since July of 2024. But I feel like your perfect match is coming in. Yeah, 2. Look at that. Just a bunch of happiness and good times. Now, let me be clear about something. This person coming in, could be romantic, right? With all these cups. But my angels just also said too, for you, Aries, you could be connecting with your heart's desire, right? Dream job, dream house, dream apartment, dream condo, dream car. You know what I mean? It just kind of feels like for you, Aries specifically, you're going to have an amazing birthday season. Happy birthday. And I feel like maybe 2 months to follow, 2 years to follow. I don't know who, obviously who your rising sign is. Angels just also said too, this could resonate with Aries rising as well. But I just kind of feel like the next couple days, months, years are going to be incredible. And I just kind of feel like there's a lot of happiness and joy that's coming your way. It feels cyclical, right? Like you could have just come out of a period of stagnancy, right? Feeling stuck. Now things are going to start rolling. And I feel like you're going to be happy about that. Your heart is about to be activated. All right, let's do Taurus. King of Wands. That's Leo. Taurus. This feels like a no contact situation or minimal contact. You could have had some sort of, oh. I was going to say an argument, but my angel said a one-night stand, right? This kind of feels like a flash in a pan type of an attraction. And I feel like somebody's curious as to whether or not you're interested in them. Maybe you're wondering if someone is interested in you, interested in having some sort of longer term affair versus, 24 hours or one night. I feel like for some of you, you may not be ready because of this Ace of Cups, right? You may feel like most of the relationships you've been in, whether you are a Taurus or you're dealing with a Taurus, they kind of feel one-sided or lopsided, okay? And if that's the case, by the way, I have to give you this information, but if that's the case, it's because we're looking at maybe things on the surface instead of more deeper, meaningful, significant things. Okay? So my angels just said, how do you balance fire? Is there such a thing? I'm just asking for a friend. Is there such a thing of balancing fire? You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like Taurus, if you're wanting to connect with someone on a long-term basis, it kind of feels like the universe is saying to you, substance, value, standards, this is what you're needing to look for in a partner, maybe instead of, fat ass, slim waist, nice car, sexually, good or whatever have you. Yeah. So it kind of feels like the universe is saying to you, Taurus, get down to the basics or get back to the groundedness of your relationships versus, you know, kind of swimming on more of the shallow ends, or maybe going completely off of aesthetics, how somebody looks or how they look on paper. I hope that makes sense. Gemini, the Seven of Pentacles, you're waiting. What are we waiting on? Victory and happiness and a new beginning. Seven of Swords. There's deceit. Not looking at something clearly. Okay. All right. I feel like you're attached to an outcome, Gemini, or maybe if you're dealing with a Gemini, it's almost like that Gemini has tunnel vision, right? They want a specific outcome. They want new happiness and new joy. They don't want to deal with, you know, things of the past. They don't want to, you know, it kind of feels like they're just wanting to wipe the slate clean. I just want to be happy already. I don't want to deal with anything. I don't want to get rid of this baggage. I don't want to look at baggage. I don't want to unpack anything. I don't want to heal. I just want to be happy. Okay? And I feel like Seven of Swords, Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man, by the way, is changing your perspective. Okay? So, and the Nine of Swords is stress, worry, anxiety. So, I really want to say, if you're dealing with a Gemini or you are a Gemini, just slow down a little bit, right? And angels are saying, and this could be a little confusing. You saying, I just want to be happy. I don't want to this. I don't want to that. I don't want, you know, I don't want to deal with no more liars. I don't want to deal with no more cheaters. I don't want to deal with no more thieves. That's still energy and baggage that you're carrying. So when you're saying, hey, I just want to be happy, and then you're including all of that other information, you're still giving the universe something to manifest from. So if you're a Gemini, you're dealing with a Gemini, the way to be happy is to let go of the past completely. Angels just said, forgive the past. Hanged Man, right? Change your perspective. Give someone grace. Forgive someone. I feel like that is going to guarantee your happiness. And by the way, I'm getting chills. So I kind of feel like for you to be successful and for whatever it is that you're waiting on, Seven of Swords, you gotta let go of the moving forward while looking behind, right? The whole idea of, oh, I'm going to get this job and prove to my mother that I can make more money than her. That part, okay? So whatever it is that you're holding on to, it's also what or how you could be sabotaging your future. I hope that makes sense. Angel said, especially if you're dealing with a Gemini, you may want to hash out or talk about something that happened. Gemini doesn't. Gemini's like, look, I just want to be happy. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm tired of going through this. I just want to be happy. Okay. Cancer Dancer. Hey, boo-boo. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. Oh, that's Eight of Pentacles. Good. Good. Looking into a new love offer intuitively. Yeah, your intuition. Okay, so you're looking for tarot to let you know whether somebody is, damn, I haven't read for Cancer in a long time, and this is the same storyline, right? It's almost like you're looking to figure out if somebody who's non-committal are they really meaning what they say this time? You've been looking at tarot readings, and all of the tarot readings have been telling you the same thing. A zebra can't change its stripes, right? A leopard can't change his stripes. An elephant cannot change his trunk, okay? If your person is in and out, that's who they are, Cancer, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, you know, focus on the love, right? So in other words, is this person who's in and out, do they have a purpose, right? Do you feel like dealing with them all the time? And I feel like, no, you want to commit to somebody, but the person you're wanting to commit to is non-committal, okay? So I do kind of feel like, yeah, Seven of Swords, wow. I feel like, sorry, I feel like for a lot of you, you're not seeing the reality of your situation. Whomever you're dealing with, they talk a good game, right? They apologize. They tell you everything you want to hear. They show up with a little bit of love and a big old fish, right? Indicating that they come to you and they speak a lot about the future and what's going to happen and what's this and what's that. But they're in and out. They're deceitful. Sorry, Cancer. I can only deliver to you what's in the cards, but I feel like a lot of you have heard it all before, right? As in, is this person serious about me? Absolutely yes. Are they able to commit to you? Absolutely not, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Let's move on to Leo. Leo. Hey, Leo. 5 of Wands. Competition. 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Angels just said you're rising above that. Queen of Wands. Dynamic and magnetic. Creative. 2 of Wands. All Wands. Well, you're a fire sign. 3 of Wands. Have y'all ever? 2, 3, 5, 6, Queen. This looks like false progress, right? After an argument or some sort of disagreement, kind of feels like we resolve things. I feel like somebody's still holding on to something and they're trying to figure out what are the next steps. 5 of Cups, and then this is crazy. And the Page of Wands. It to me almost feels like you guys took a time out, but nothing was resolved. Because with the 5 of Cups here, somebody's still hurt. They're still hurt about this argument. Somebody's still resentful or salty. And until you guys figure it out, I don't know. It could be a hollow victory, right? Temporary victory. 3 of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for maybe an apology, waiting for improvement. I feel like if you or your person does not kind of speak up and talk about what hurt you or what hurt them, it's almost like a cycle that you both are going to continue to repeat over and over. And I feel like neither one of you may want to have the conversation because the conversation leads into an argument, and here you are back again at square one. So it's almost like a never-ending argument. My angels just said the resolution could be distance makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe you need to distance yourself from this person for some time, and that time is enough for both of you or one of you to reset, right? As in, you distance yourself long enough that when you come back together, it's not this conflict. I hope that makes sense to you. Virgo. Hey, Virgo. Hey, Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? Oh, 2 of Wands. More Wands. At a crossroads, trying to figure out how to move forward. Where to go. Okay, there are some things that are unseen and unknown, especially related to work or your money, your finances, Virgo. I'm hearing for some of you, you're wanting something to work out. New beginning, 6 of Pentacles. Angel said you're wanting to move. Some of you are wanting to move. Could be moving residences, could be moving jobs, right? Could be leaving the U.S., could be leaving Chicago. I don't know. I feel like for some of you, you need money. I feel like for some of you, you're working on leaving. Page of Wands yet again. You're going to get some information, but it doesn't necessarily make you happy. Okay. So you're waiting on some sort of information, some sort of approval on whether or not you can move forward. I feel like you're going to get it, Virgo. So if you're at a standstill, right, you're just working, you applied for a new job or you interviewed for a new job, you haven't heard back. The first response back from this company could be, we're still reviewing your application, right? So the first response is a no response, but the second one I feel like is the one where you're going to get happy and excited because you're going to be able to move. Yeah. You don't know you don't know the next couple of steps or how to progress the next couple of steps to take. Things are going to balance out for you. Just continue working on whatever it is that you're working on. So again, if you're working on building a house, buying a house, continue working on that. If you're working on getting a new job, continue working on that. If you're working on, applying for the military or police force or nursing, medical school, continue, because in the end, it'll work out for you, Virgo. Personal readings are open. The link is in the description if you wanted a personal reading. All right. Libra. Ooh, Knight of Cups. Love. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Two of Cups. Are you in love, Libra? Who is this? Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you just met somebody who you want to spend your life with. I just also heard too, for some of you, you may feel like you need to pull back to see if, kind of pull back your emotions to see this person for who they are. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of cups here. You're ruled by Venus, and Venus is the planet of love. And I feel like you could be dealing with a Pisces specifically, maybe. Angels said you and this person is like-minded. You and this person have a lot in common. You are a sign of duality, Libra, with the scales. Pisces is a sign of duality with the two fish. If you've not met this person yet, Libra, I feel like you're going to be meeting someone maybe within the next 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. And you guys are going to fall in love, or you guys are going to, it could be love at first sight. It could be come together in love. You're going to fall together in love at the same time. And I feel like once you do fall in love, you guys may start making plans for the future. And then you may have to kind of double back, kind of take a wait and see action, take a pause in the relationship just to kind of make sure that you're making sound decisions, okay? Instead of just making purely emotional decisions. All right, here comes Scorpio. You see me change my cards for Scorpio. Ace of Cups, yes. Ten of Cups, yes. Knight of Pentacles, yes. Ten of Swords, no. Nine of Swords, no. Okay. Angels just said prioritize your happiness over your money. Now, I just spoke German to you, especially if you don't speak German, because Scorpio ain't prioritizing love and happiness over money. Scorpio's like, I got to pay these bills. But right now, I feel like in your money sector, you're stressed and bottomed out. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're stressed and curious. How the hell am I going to keep this going? How is this financial situation going to turn out? Your stress right now is hot and heavy on your mind. And if you know balance, like I know balance, right? You can't just be heavy stress in the financial. You got to bring in some sort of good times to balance it out. So I kind of feel like Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords here. For every 10 sword, you need to find a cup, right? You need to blend. You need to mesh other areas of your life. And I'm hearing for a lot of you, Ace of Wands, you're lacking passion and inspiration and creativity. There we go. So Scorpio, In order for you to be happy, in order for you to get what you want, in order for you to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, whatever is stressing you out, you need to take a break from it and you need to go off and have some fun. Okay? You ever been working on something, working on it, can't figure it out, you're at some sort of block? Then you just, take a break, go have some lunch, call your mom, and then you come back to it with fresh eyes and boom, you can get it done. That's what this situation is. I don't know what area of your life I do. It's your money. It's however you make your money. You need a break from it. Okay? If you can. A lot of people can't afford it. But if you can, right? Angel said everybody has a sick day. Okay. Does the president have a sick day? I would assume so. They don't need to do a press conference. Okay, anyway. Scorpio, I kind of feel like, again, you are stressing over your finances and you need to take a break from that stress in order to help your finances. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Two of Pentacles. Knight of Wands, that's you, Sag. Page of Wands, that's you, Sag. Three of Wands, more fire energy for our fire signs. My angels just said, I don't know what that noise was. My angels just said, for a lot of you, you're trying to talk yourself out of a situation. You're not fully committed. You're not fully sure about a particular situation. I also feel like, to an extent, you could be playing games trying to, or manipulating a situation to try to figure out how somebody feels, or try to figure out what the outcome is, right? So it's kind of like, the kid on Christmas Day or waiting for Christmas Day. It's like, is my present a toy, right? It's almost like you're kind of, quote unquote, beating around the bush or being very curious about something or someone. I feel like it's someone with the Knight of Cups. Someone, it's almost like you're trying to ask the right questions. You're trying to trigger. You're trying to see who somebody is. You're trying to learn about something as quickly as possible to determine whether or not you want to stick around, to determine whether or not you want to invest, to determine whether or not this person is worthy of your Jupiterian time. Okay? And Two of Cups and Ten of Cups. Go for it. Right? So it's almost like if you're trying to figure somebody out by using manipulative or game type methods, you don't need to do that. You could just ask this person, hey, how do you feel about me? And they'll tell you, right? Angels just said, yeah, this is what worked for you in the past. I feel like Sagittarius, and Lord knows, I know you got free will, but I kind of feel like the back and forth, the double talking, the making it seem this way, but it's really this way. I is saying one thing and doing something else to maybe test somebody's patience, to test somebody's, stability. You ain't got to do all of that. Just, straight shoot. Hope that makes sense. Sagittarius. Now we're moving on to Capricorn. Hey, Cappy. Let's go. What do we have for Capricorn? Ooh, Three of Swords. Third party. Six of Cups. Oh. Child. Six of Wands. Queen of Wands. Okay. I feel like you're missing someone from your past. I feel like this person that you're missing from your past, you either broke their heart or they broke your heart. I feel like you're not going to feel whole until you maybe reconnect. Angels just also said too, a lot of you tend to daydream about this person because it helps your life, right? It brings you a sense of happiness and or purpose. I feel like they can feel you or you can feel them. I feel like there's a certain level of telepathy or energy transference going on between you and this person. In other words, there's some sort of metaphysical communication that's going on. And you're trying to attract this person back into your life, or they're trying to attract you back into their lives. Yeah, look at that, Magician. They're trying to manifest you back. This to me kind of feels like you got hurt or you hurt somebody's feelings. You keep thinking about this. I kind of also feel like you swore this person off. Perhaps you guys stopped speaking. You lost communication, but you keep thinking about them, right? And they made you happy, or thinking about them makes you happy. But there is a level of stubbornness or ego pride that keeps you or them from reaching out to you. So instead of reaching out, say for instance, in the physical, you're reaching out like crazy in the cosmic or energetic or universal. So what's going to happen? Wait, we pulled Capricorn's cards up. So what's going to happen between Capricorn and their person? Angel said they have to come into the 3D, right? All kinds of things can happen on the ethereal, energetic plane, but you both are physically here now. So it's almost like if you want them back in your life, or if you're dealing or want a Capricorn back in your life, you're going to have to make physical effort. I'm just saying. Physical effort. But I feel like, yeah, definitely Capricorn, there's somebody who's near and dear to your heart that you are trying to bring back into your life, or vice versa. Aquarius, almost, yeah, okay. A lot of people are getting cups. Cup. Pentacle. Prime. Ain't prime. Okay. You're trying to take control of your finances, and I feel like you're trying to pay things off. Another situation where finances and love are on that scale. See the Six of Pentacles? He's holding a scale, right? Six of Pentacles holding a scale is you're trying to balance things out, or angels are saying you're trying to be more balanced in your life. I feel like you're trying to do away with a lot of confusion. If you have a lot of options, if you have a lot going on, if you feel scattered, if you feel like you're all over the place, kind of feels like you're trying to take control of the things that make you happy, of the people in your life that makes you happy, of interactions that you have, hobbies. It's like how you move through life. You're trying to do it in a more controlled way, so that in the end you feel happiness. Aquarians, like most other signs or some other signs, sometimes falls within that pleaser mode, right? Pleasing everybody else, right? But for a lot of you, it's almost like, listen, I'm one person. And if the person that I should be trying to please first is myself versus everybody else. This is what I feel like, Aquarius, you're trying to take control over. Right? You're trying to find 987. You're trying to find more ways to make yourself happy. Angels also said too, it also includes walking away from situations and people that no longer serve you. This is the Eight of Cups. These people, places, things that you're walking away from, you had once upon a time heavy emotional connections, right? But in order to be happy, we have to let some things go. Here's something very cheesy. I apologize. My angels just said 9 plus 8 is 1, right? 1 as in the one person who you need to be making happy, Aquarius, is yourself. Okay? 8 minus 7, 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 7 is 2. Once you're happy, then you can find happiness with someone else. Okay? Angels also said too, the Emperor, that's my divine masculine. That's my God card, right? God for me is a combination of a bunch of things, positive and negative, divine masculine and feminine, right? God to me, Emperor, Empress. So for a lot of you, once you start kind of shaving the fat out of your life, the metaphorical fat out of your life, getting rid of what no longer serves you, then you could put yourself in a place of balance to be able to give and receive with a divine partner. I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. That was a good ass damn reading for Aquarius, by the way. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's see what we have for Pisces. Pisces been coming up in everybody else's reading, Pisces. Let's see what's going on with you. Ooh, child. Oh, no wonder. You coming up in everybody else's readings. I just heard for you, Pisces, you got to get down to what is holding you down, right? What is keeping you in and out of particular situations? It's your heart. I also heard too, for a lot of you, you don't know how to set boundaries, or you're not the greatest at setting boundaries. For some of you, you're trying to figure out if you want to reactivate your heart. Queen of Wands. Yeah. You're attracted to somebody and this is so crazy. So y'all know when you meet somebody, especially females, and the female really likes the person they meet and they start doodling and writing their name like Charlotte York, right? Like Charlotte Goldblatt, right? You start writing your name and their last name. That's who you are, Pisces, in a nutshell. But you got burnt so many times. You know what I mean? 10 times. And you're like, I don't know if I'm going to do that going forward, right? I don't know if I want to go back there. I don't know if I want to open my heart. I don't know if I want to fall in love all over again. And I'm just going to say to you very simply, what's the alternative, right? There's a mutuality when you find the right person. It's mutual. There's giving and receiving of love. That's hopefully the goal. You know what I mean? But what's the alternative? Staying here, right? Staying here, waiting, wishing, wondering when the right person is coming in. Now, by the way, I've been reading for people for a long time. Since 1999. Okay? Officially. More like 97, but I wasn't really good. I was still in training. Okay? One thing that I know about human connection and relationships is I do believe that there is a perfect person for you. What is not true is that, the next person I meet will be the person I marry or wind up with, especially if you've not been doing the work. I feel like, and I know for sure, the universe sends us person after person after person after person after person because we have to heal those childhood wounds, early life wounds. Okay? And the reason why we need to unpack those bags is so we can be the best version of ourselves for the other person. Okay? So Pisces, if you stay up under those swords, you're doing yourself an injustice because you're not learning, growing, evolving, and getting to the point where you can commit to someone on a stable basis. Now, by the way, let's remember law of attraction. Because if you're not stable, you're going to attract unstable. Sound familiar? You're going to attract non-committal. You know what else is non-committal? Whatever happens, happens. That's not a commitment. Can you imagine the sun being like, listen, I may shine, I may not, whatever. Right? All of human life will disappear. You see what I mean? So I kind of feel like Pisces, the universe is needing and wanting you to stand on one side. Either you're not going to commit, which is fine, or you are going to commit, okay, which is fine too. But you can't be in the middle. Angel said, well, that's who Pisces is. Pisces forever in the middle. Very interesting. I kind of feel like when it comes to love, right, you're going to have to commit. Hey, I'm going to be in the middle with love. I'm going to be in the middle with work. You can't be like, hey, if love happens, it happens. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Let's do a general. I don't even know if anybody's going to get here. But let's do a general for the collective. And Pisces, once you actually commit, then you'll attract people who want to commit to you. General. Ooh, talk about commitment and love. Ooh, a lot of you are waiting for marriage, love. Angel said it'll happen around June, between February and June 2025. A lot of you are going to be meeting people who you'll eventually marry. Now, here's the thing. Do not just go on, oh, the chemistry is so strong. I need to know if they vote. I need to know if they pay their taxes. I need to know if they're a fugitive on the run. In other words, this is shallow. Don't just go off of looks and, oh, he has a nice voice. Okay? Take your time, right? Wait to see for the honeymoon phase to wear off and a true person to come out. You know what I mean? Take your time. Think things through. Don't jump the gun. Have patience and love. Collective, have patience and love specifically. I know I'm going to use it again. I used this scenario many times in the past. My angels just said, in a traditional sense, right? If a house was built in a traditional sense, a stick house, a stick home, if it was built in 2 days, would you move into it? I wouldn't, right? Because here's the thing, it takes time even for the county to come out and inspect it and deem it as safe, right? So very, very short way of this message is things take time, right? You can't rush the process, okay? I know, my angels are like, how would somebody be able to figure out if they want to spend the rest of their lives with one person? How would you be able to figure that out in 2 months, right? 2 months of talking to them, every day, every other day, every 2 days, it's not enough time. I hope that makes sense. I love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.